Yo, what's cracking YouTube? It's your sexy goth bad boy, King Cobra JFS. Back at you with another video. Slowly but surely the hair returns. Watching it grow back is going to be quite fun, I suppose. Anyways, I'll be gathering sticks tomorrow so I can start another batch of wands. That's when I grab my trusty duffel messenger bag and my branch clippers, and I go about my business, keeping to myself, getting another batch started. I have the supplies I need to process the shipping and what have you from my apartment, so it'll go a little bit quicker. And yeah, I try to up my game a little bit with the wand design. Now, you want my advice on dating YouTube? Here's the thing of it. When you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend that you've had for a while, that confidence you have, it carries with you. You're happier. There's a bounce in your step. Isn't it kind of frustrating that when the opposite sex barely notices your existence when you're single, but when you're taken, all of a sudden they're like, hey, who's this person? So my advice to you is to learn to apply that same confidence you have when you're taken. Apply that confidence to when you're single, and I guarantee you, you know what I'm saying, you'll get the same results. Because women are going to notice you, they're going to be like, hey, who's this person? Rocking the Deathbed Tapes record label t-shirt, that's what's up. I'll be giving a music review for it tomorrow or later on, I suppose. People sit there and say, do you even care about your fans? And I'm like, what do you think? Of course I do. If I didn't care about the fans, I wouldn't be making videos like I do. 8,777 subscribers, that's what's up. Yeah, the weekend seems like the perfect time to go around and get a bag full of sticks for my wand business. I may have to charge my phone quite a bit, so that way if I get harassed while trying to earn an honest living, then I can put the person on camera. Don't think I won't. I mean, like, this person is harassing me. Here's their face. Here's what they look like. Like, here's the thing of it, man. I'm trying to earn an honest living, and every time I try, these trolls have done nothing but fuck with it. You've seen ample example of people trying to ruin my wand business, and thankfully it hasn't worked. So I don't need people here in town giving me the same attitude. Like, really? It's bad enough I get it from these assholes on the internet. I don't need it from the locals too, dude. Like, I'm a local Casper citizen. Why you gotta fucking hate? You know, we should be a community working together, not against each other. Like, even if you don't like the person, just ignore them, dude. If you don't like somebody, then ignore them. Isn't that much easier than just carrying on with it? I mean, to a degree, yes, when people are assholes to me on YouTube, sometimes I'll reply with the same snarky attitude. You know, comments like, you should kill yourself. I'm like, oh, I tried, it hasn't worked, but thanks for your concern. Fuck suicide. I've had people call me an autistic retard, and I'm like, thanks for noticing. I mean, I've been called an asshole. Like, I had people call me a gothic asshole, but see, even if I didn't like somebody, I wouldn't tell them that unless I really hated them and they really deserved it, and they were just really a horrible piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like on a real note. And then people are always so fucking offended when I respond to the haters, like, well, he's a bigger bully than they are. And I'm like, well, heh. You bitch about what I do, but you started it. As childish as that sounds, it's the fucking truth. You call me a name and I respond to it with an even meaner comment. And it makes you go, damn, bro, that was a little far. And I'm like, well, what'd you expect? You know, when you get bullied in school and then you get out of school and you get bullied outside of school, eventually you learn not to put up with it. You know what I'm saying? And there's ways of not putting up with it. You know, and sometimes you gotta be a bigger asshole to prove your point. Otherwise, nobody listens. Nobody's gonna take you seriously. They're just gonna look at you like, oh, he ain't gonna do nothing. Watch. And sometimes doing nothing is the best response. I'm just letting karma and life sort it out. But I've seen social media get out of hand. This these people started harassing this dude who went. There was a story here in Casper. This dude was a local who went to the YMCA, and he was an avid boxer. He talked about it on his Facebook page quite often. It's what you do when you have a Facebook. You talk about things you like, you know. And these people started harassing him for his like of boxing, and you know, he didn't get negative or upset. He just responded to him with the same snarky attitude, you know. And apparently, what this guy had said to the people that were harassing him in the first place, apparently it got to them because they drove up and started taking shots at this empty house where this guy supposedly lived. And thankfully, no one was hurt. But I tend to think, okay, if you're letting what someone said to you on social media piss you off to the point where you're willing to bring a gun into the situation, maybe you should take a break from social media. And maybe what that person said was right. Otherwise, you wouldn't be so triggered by it. The social media can be toxic. That's why a lot of people don't do it, and I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like if I got a girlfriend and she didn't want to do YouTube with me, I'd respect that. I'd be like, yeah, I don't blame you. I don't want my trolls harassing you. But if she did want to do it, I'd warn her ahead of time that my trolls are assholes. And, you know, if you still want to be a part of it, cool. If not, I can respect that too, you know. Like, fuck the trolls, dude. They're just sad, miserable fucktards. I feel sorry for them. I really do. I'm like, bro, you attack me for having a girlfriend, and you attack my girlfriend, make fun of her, that kind of thing, because you're jealous that somebody with autism can get more tail than you can. Ooh wee. Why not take that as inspiration and maybe take some of my dating advice that you see on my YouTube channel and, you know, wouldn't that be easier? Because the time you spend harassing somebody for something you don't have, it just shows you that you're jealous. Speaking of dating advice, that confidence you have when you have somebody, apply that confidence to when you're single. I guarantee it. You'll have someone. Because you notice it when you're single, the opposite sex checks you out more. That's true for a lot of people. So you learn to apply that confidence to when you're when you're single. I guarantee you, yeah. You just gotta walk in there like you own the motherfucker. Like, what's up? What's good? How you doing? You respect women, treat them like human beings. Don't be afraid to be yourself and have some fucking confidence. There you go. It's really not that hard. It's not rocket science, people. I guarantee you, if you try to find somebody that looks like they'd have more in common with you, the chemistry is going to be there and it's going to be awesome. Don't strictly just go for looks. Try to go for someone that looks like they would share similar interests. Now, both parties need that physical spark, otherwise, it's not going to work. But you catch yourself meeting eyes with a gorgeous babe, and her whole face just lights up, and you're just staring at each other like, hey, what's up? This goes for both genders. If you see someone you find attractive and they're staring at you the same way you're staring at them, like, hey, what's up? Talk to them. Make a move. I hear these women talk about how strong and independent they are, then make a move. Why should men have to make the first move? That's sexist. You gotta find the inner goddess and let her roar. Ladies, what's up? You gotta take charge. See, women don't realize how boss they are. Some of them do, but here's the thing of it. If men complain about sexism, nothing happens. We get told, quit bitching about it. That's just how it is. If women complain, they get exactly what they want. Doesn't matter what it is, it's just how it is, you know? And if men want to say, well, that's unfair, believe me, dude, you have no idea how unfair it is. If I had any control over Mother Nature, I would make it so women didn't have to have hysterectomies or menopause or periods, to be quite honest. I'd make it so that way they could produce without having to go through all the bullshit. But alas, I'm not in control of how Mother Nature plays things out. So all you can do is be sympathetic, fellas. Sympathetic and understanding. Yeah. Well, picture, if you will, you're about to lose your manhood forever. You can't produce sperm. Your testosterone's just dead. And what if the whole ordeal of you losing your sperm and your testosterone was the worst experience of your life? You went through 4 to 6 months of bloating, wanting to eat, hating yourself, mood swings, your testicles hurt, you can't get erections, your wife wants to fuck you, but you're just not in the mood, so now you're not getting laid on top of it. All you want to do is sit in front of the fucking TV and drink and eat chocolate. And if someone came up to you and said, what's wrong? Can I get a foot massage? And they just looked at you like, huh? Like they were clueless. There you go. That's what menopause would be like for men. I guarantee it. And I guarantee you, no matter how unfair it is for men, it's always going to be somewhat more unfair for women. I'm not victimizing women, but it's the truth. Unfortunately, if we Google the word sexism, what pops up is typically against women as the definition, which, ugh, dude, I seen that and I'm like, great. That's what we need. You see feminists getting riled up about shirts that might be mildly offensive, like, oh, a shirt that says boys will be boys. Women getting triggered by that. But I'm like, okay, you Google the word sexism. In fact, we're gonna do that right now again because I can and I will. I fucking hate it, YouTube. But now think about this. I'll give you something to think about after we get our definition. Sexism.
Here's the definition of sexism: prejudice, stereotyping, or discrimination, typically against women, on the basis of sex.
On the basis of gender, yeah. I'm surprised these angry feminists aren't getting riled up about this. They're so sick and tired of women being victimized, and I hear it 100%. Like it's old school, old fashioned bullshit. Women were a lot stronger and more independent today than they were yesterday. That's only because society has given them more rights, which I'm all for that 100%. See, a lot of women missed out on their potential. They still have plenty of it. Now they're older, but I'm just saying, like, dude, come on. Really? Prejudice, stereotyping, or discrimination, typically against women. Okay, so there's an oxymoron contained within the definition of sexism. Okay, so my point being, and not trying to be racist, okay, but what if we Googled the word gangbanger and it said typically black or Latino? Everybody would have a fit about that. They're like, that's racist. And they would demand Google take it down, and they would too. I hate to go there, but that's a fair point, you know. Or what if you Googled the word Muslim and it said typically a suicide bomber? Or what if you Googled the word Jewish or Jew and it said typically a greedy, money loving prick? Oh, people would be so offended. So fucking offended. Well, what if you Googled the word Catholic and the word that Google said was typically a pedo or some shit like that? You know, people would be pissed about that shit. But no, you Google the word sexism and when it says typically against women, it's that negative stereotype, right? It fucks with a lot of people. Well, what if you Googled the word cop and what word came up was trigger happy racist? You know what I'm saying? People would be offended. I hate to go there, but that's the fucking truth. Not trying to talk shit here, but that's the fucking truth. And you know, that's just it. Cops do a lot of good things for the community, but the news doesn't focus on that. They focus on all the trigger happy assholes that you see abusing their power, and it just makes cops look bad. It's no different with Muslims either with their suicide bombings, to be honest. I mean, I can bitch because pagans have been fucked with for thousands of years, but really it's nothing new. Every religion gets fucked with at some point. Although Here's the thing of it, YouTube. You talk about the strong, independent female. Why should men make the first move? But at the same time, men can grow a pair of balls and be like, hey, what's up? What's cooking? Good looking? Did you get kicked out of hell for being too hot? She's a Star Wars fan. She likes Darth Vader. Be like, the Force is sexy with this one. Yeah. She's a Pokemon fan. Be like, hey girl, you're cute. Can I take a Pikachu? Do you work at a funeral home? Because you're drop dead gorgeous. You know, pick up lines like that. They're cheesy, but they're not over the top perverted. Most women are not comfortable with sharing their perverted side openly because society tells women that being perverted is not very ladylike. Excuse the fuck out of you? Since when is it okay to tell women that they can't be just as perverted as men? Like, come on. Women are being forced to hide their sexual liberation and their perverted side because it's not very ladylike. Screw you. So while men may be able to be more open with this kind of thing, you know what I'm saying, it also gets seen as a double standard, really. Because if men are sexually liberated, you know, it's seen as toxic masculinity or you're just a pig because all you want is puss. And it's like, no, I'm straight. Why has it got to be an issue? I'm like, huh? You know what I'm saying? Because some people are going to be like, wait a minute, if a woman is sexually liberated, it's seen as empowering, but if a man does it, it's seen as disgusting. And that's why that standard exists, to be quite honest, is because, you know, women aren't allowed, supposedly, and I'm like, that's bullshit. Women are just as perverted as men, don't get it twisted. Take a car ride with some old ladies and watch them tell stories, dude. Tell you what. You'll hear some shit. You'd be like, whoa, hey, that's not the. You get this assumption of a sweet old lady, and then you get to hear her talking, and then you're like, dude, that's some raunchy shit. That's because old people are so used to life by that point that to them there's more to life than sex. That's why they have no problems talking about it. People who have a problem talking about it are just prude. Like, people who shun it, you know, there's religions where you can't masturbate, and I'm like, I disagree with that. I don't think porn's a problem necessarily. I think what's the problem is the rape culture. That's the real problem, you know. So like, okay, I watch a chick on Chatterbait versus, you know, exactly my point. And personally, I would rather people masturbate than rape each other. But here's the thing of it, and this is what really sucks about the genders. When it comes to rape, women are seen as sluts if they get raped. It's completely unfair. When it comes to rape for men, they're seen as, how is it rape? Because all you men want is sex. Ouch! And this is why people have a hard time coming forward with it because of those persecutions. And you know, that's what I mean by gender equality is it sucks to be both sides to some degree or another. You know, Now, if I called this a pipe thoughts, it would get demonetized because, social media is trying to crack down on people using tobacco on their websites because the FDA says that's unhealthy. But social media bullying and bullying in general is way worse. So instead of trying to fight that, we're going to persecute adults for using tobacco. And here's the irony of it. If tobacco's so bad for you, I get that, okay? But so then why the fuck are you allowed to advertise alcohol commercials, fast food commercials, prescription pill commercials? I guess pick your poison, right? It's ridiculous. You see the commercials from Burger King, McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Little Caesars, Taco Bell, Taco John's. And they come on at like the worst time. You'd be watching Adult Swim at like 2 o'clock in the morning and all them motherfuckers are closed. And you see that commercial and you're just like, damn it. And then the commercial that follows is some starving Jews in the Middle East who are caught in this Jew-Muslim war. There's Holocaust survivors who can't afford food. It's sad as fuck. Followed by, here's a commercial with some starving kids. Followed by, here's a commercial with some abused animals. Back to our programming. And you're sitting there going, you went from being hungry to, fuck, now I'm sad. And it's like, you're sitting and like, dude, that's some fuck shit. And the next day you get up and you're like, the last fast food commercial you saw before you passed out, I guarantee you that's the first thing you're going to think of when you're hungry. That's marketing. You get up the next day and you're like, fuck, I'm hungry. You know what sounds good? And then you remember the last commercial you saw on TV. And you're sitting there ordering your food in the drive-thru and it hits you. You see that sad-ass commercial and you're like, damn it. And it really just puts shit into fucking perspective. I've had people talk shit on me for eating frozen food that you microwave, and I'm like, dude, at least I can eat. I'm grateful for that. That if I'm hungry and I have the money for it, I can go to Walmart or Albertsons or what have you, Smith's, and pick up a bag of frozen burritos and bring it home and microwave it. Maybe put some cheese on top, And that's a thing that most people take for granted. There are people who don't even have the luxury of using a microwave, let alone clean drinking water, and you want to sit here and bitch because they're out of your favorite drink at Starbucks. This fucking Me Too culture. Don't even get me started. And you know what pisses me off about the Me Too movement? Let me just be real for you for a second. Like, there are African Americans who have been treated so much worse and had like the worst lives, and these white privileged assholes don't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? It boggles my fucking mind. This everyone's gotta have a trophy. Here's a award for participating. Like, I hate to say it, but that's what toughens people up, learning how to lose. And people getting enraged because their feelers are hurt, because they're not included in some big social media movement. Like, really? Okay, maybe when you've been sprayed by the police with fire hoses and had to fight for racial equality in a society that's incredibly racist and sexist. Maybe when you've had to deal with people judging you because of the color of your skin or because of the gender you are, then maybe you can bitch. But until then, just shut the fuck up and check your privilege, you Me Too pussies. Was that too harsh? It's summertime, but I see snowflakes everywhere. I mean, really, like, trolls made fun of me for having trichoteria. They're like, huh, you're going bald. So what do? I shave my fucking head, and look at that, my hair grows back. So fuck the trolls, right? God damn it, that's not wanting to stay lit. Right, because it's cached. Yeah. What can I do for a cooking video that'll rock people's socks? A breakfast calzone? I might be able to pull something like that. I'll to do that tomorrow. Because I'm not particularly hungry at the moment. I don't feel like cooking. But eh. I mean, if you're making a calzone or a giant hot pocket, whatever, you can use pre-made roll dough. It's quicker. Or you can take 43 minutes to make your own pizza dough. Sam, the cooking guy, showed us how to do that with his stuffed crust pizza. Like after I showed people on YouTube how to make stuffed crust pizza at home, people were like, hey, I gotta copy that. Hold up. Like you take cheese, mozzarella cheese sticks, string cheese, and roll it in pizza dough to form your crust. It's just that simple. And when you have knowledge like that, you gotta share it with the world, man. It's like, hey, check this out. Look what I did. No, it's the truth. Like, people will be talking shit because I eat unhealthy, and I'm like, at least I can eat. Like, at least I can eat. I can get up whenever I'm thirsty and grab a glass of water anytime I want. And that's just something that people take for granted, dude. It is. They don't, they're so caught up in their own first world problems, they just, it's disgusting. They want to sit there and whine because, oh, the line at McDonald's is too long and they got places to be. They want their Big Mac now, god damn it. $12.46. Man. Oh, wait. YouTube, I might just throw in a cooking video. Because, Hold up. I'm going to get this rant to stop, drop, and post.